lease by way of concession number 56693 from Specialty Restaurants Corporation to UCG KAGS TGD FAB LLC. And authorizing the director to enter into an amendment to the assigned contract regarding certain terms. Director Kennedy, thanks for being with us today.
Councilperson / members of the Transportation Committee. One of the losses as a effect of COVID-19, it was the 100th Bomber Squadron restaurant on the north side of the airport on Brook Park Road. They closed their doors approximately a year ago, and attempts to look at revitalizing it from the owner's perspective did not materialize, and they decided to divest themselves of their Midwest restaurants. They did an open selection for the 21 years that remains on the lease agreement, which started in 2002 because of the runway construction that we were doing. They selected a group. We sat down, negotiated some amendments to the original agreement, and we think it is a good part of the airport family and the community to help revitalize this area. We've met and checked with the references of the group, and they are strong, lots of years of experience, and the team here negotiated much more favorable conditions for the airport, and we asked for the approval of this legislation to allow them to assign it to the new group.
Thank you, Director. And you and I and have spoken about this, and I've spoken with the staff as well, since this is a property in Ward 17. But could you just please give the committee two things? One, kind of a description of the new lease terms. I understand that this is a much more favorable financial agreement for the city that'll net us some money over the next decades, and then also describe the proposed use.
Councilperson and members of the committee, first off, in key to the whole exchange is that there were rent credits exceeding $800,000 to the Bomber Squadron group that was owed by the city to them. And so with the new lease group coming in, we negotiated that those would be set to zero. We also negotiated that over a period of years, $500,000 up front, and then another $500,000 afterwards for renovation to the facility, to modernize it. The current theme is World War II. However, with its new purpose of event space, small dining, and maybe microbrewery, those types of uses, they were going to invest in that. So going along with what is going to happen with, or is happening with the NASA K development next door, this should help stimulate some economic vitality in Ward 17.
Thank you. Always excited to hear the word microbrewery. I'll open up the floor to my colleagues, but before doing that, I did get an email from staff that I did forget to call the roll. So that's my novice mistake. Could the clerk call the roll, please?
Blythe.
Present.
Bishop.
Here.
Conwell. Joe Jones.
Here.
Santana.
Present.
Spencer. Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the members related to Ordinance 30421? Councilman Casey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, to the director, did you say that they were changing the theme? Because I know that's been a theme over there on Brook Park Road for over 30 years. Even when they had the old place on the other side of Grayton Road. So did you indicate that they were, yes, changing the theme of the whole restaurant and changing the name and everything?
through the chair to the council person, it will be now called the Aviator Event Center. So it's still centered about aviation, but more current aviation than World War II, and the memorabilia surrounding that, and then modernizing the facility a bit so that it fits more with what's going on in the area these days, particularly, as I said, with that NASA K project really in full swing there. So yes, it will no longer be World War II theme. It will still be aviation theme, and there will be renovation to the building to modernize it for the events.
A personal point of privilege, real quick, Mr. Chairman. This place is pretty historic. It's where I met my wife 30 years ago, and that's where our union started. Was at the old 100th Bomb Group when we were both employees there. So it's exciting to hear that it's going to be modernized and brought up to modern day. But that World War II theme, and there was nothing like walking in there and seeing the pictures of General Patton and the old World War II memorabilia that's been sitting around. But I think it's a great project, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations on this endeavor in Ward 17.
Thank you, Councilman Casey. Any other questions from the committee? With that, the legislation stands approved, and we'll move on to finance.